Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wonderful people, lovers of freedom all over the world. Wherever you're joining us from today, you're highly welcome to this wonderful YouTube platform that continues to be in the forefront of bfra news and bfra information. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you've not yet subscribed, and make sure you turn on your notification because we will notify you whenever we drop our spanking news. Now, straight up to the issue on ground because we have a lot, to talk about today. And before I even talk about the issue of Biafra, I want to, talk about those who have been attacking Biafra Unite. See, in this whole Biafran struggle and all that, I think people should understand that freedom fighting is not something that has to do with it is something that has no business with emotions. If you're the type that has emotional issue, then you're not fit to be fighting for freedom, because it has nothing to be with emotion. And that is why so many people will tell you that Simon Èkpá is arrogant, he's this, he's that, because that man does not send you, send your papa, send your mama. He doesn't give a damn about you. He doesn't care who you are. He doesn't care. He keeps doing his thing because it is not about emotion. We face reality, and that is just it. People have been attacking Biafran Unite, Odenawa, and let me tell you, the truth is that Odenawa has proven himself, over and over again to be a trusted person. That is why he's standing on his own. He is a man who is standing on his own. He doesn't care about what issues the cabinet and the cabinet members are doing. I felt Odenawa was actually embarrassed. I don't want to pick side, but he was embarrassed by the reply or the response that was given to him by the COS. Odenawa has always made a stance in this whole struggle thing, and the stance is making sure that freedom comes and working hand in hand to secure everything that the Prime Minister Simon Èkpá Njoko has built, because they built a lot together. So I think he should be giving his flowers. And if you don't want to give him his flowers, it's fine. That is that. Leave him, but do not come out to insult him. Oh, him madana akari. And I will tell you, Okari Aladan 10. I think he was insulted for standing for peace. The meeting he was calling was for peace, so that the whole what is it called, the cabinet will remain together in one. And after that, I've started seeing news. A lot of people are saying a lot of things, calling him sabos and all that. What do you know about being a sabo? People should stop using emotion to judge people. Instead, judge them by what they stand for. It is high time we put emotion aside and face the reality. Let us hear today's issue and address it. Do not forget to share this video to as many groups and platforms as possible.
Concern is not about whatever that is their problem in house, because I was not there. I made it clear from beginning. That is the reason why I did not talk about their personal matters, because I was not there. And when I called for meeting for both of them, they both did not respond to that. They did not come or even allow the meeting to hold. So that is the reason why it is impossible for me to come and tell you what is their problem. I have received a lot of messages on the on WhatsApp. People telling me, how could I ignore what is going on, the main purpose, and I'm talking about the dissolution of the government and Biafra Charter. And I look at them, I wonder how they reason. When I have been telling you from the first broadcast and the second broadcast which I have made concerning this very latest development, that I do not know what is wrong with them. I don't know what is their problem. That is the reason why I listened to a Biafran elder that I always take his word very, very seriously and try to call them for a dialogue. They refuse to show up. My problem is the dissolution of the Biafra government set up by Mazi Simon Èkpá, that I know how I fought hand in hand with him to rescue this very struggle and the then Eastern Security Network. Every other thing that is their problem is for themselves. They should know how to sort themselves out, because I have called for unity. So if you don't know what is going on or where I stand, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to remove your biasness, remove whatever you are thinking about, remove your emotion, and go back and listen to that very broadcast from beginning till the end. Somebody was asking me, how can I call for a meeting? When Mazi Simon Èkpá was around, was I calling for a meeting? And I look at them, I wonder how they reason. When Mazi Simon Èkpá was around, I will answer that very question here on this live broadcast, even though what I'm doing is just a preamble. This is not the main thing that I want to talk about this very evening. Please, once you join me here, endeavor to share and like the broadcast. Very, very important. When the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Èkpá, was here, was around, was free, I have called meeting with the PM before the government. Let me make it clear. Before the government was formed, I have called meetings with the Prime Minister. I have equally interviewed him on my live broadcast, personally, not joint broadcast, on my personal broadcast. I have called meeting between me, him, and of course, Madam Azoka. When Nelly was with us, I have called meeting between me, him, and also Nelly. Then when the government was formed, I did not or have not called the Prime Minister for a meeting again, because before the inception of the government, it was strictly only for the media team. The Biafra liberation movement was, of course, carried out, or everything about the Biafra movement was done or anchored by the media team. There was nothing like the government. And we were very, very few as at that time. Everybody listening today, both those in the government and those outside the government, were all following the directives from the media team. This media team that has become useless today. Before the inception of the government, everything about the government, everything about the agitation and liberation of Biafra was all about the media team. The media team was the only one, taking full control and responsibility of everything about the liberation of Biafra from that very moment Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. And we were very, very few. I can count us. not even more than 10, taking responsibility and carrying all the affairs of the Biafra movement. So it was easy for us to gather as easy as possible, call for a meeting. I was the one who promised the Prime Minister, maybe one of these days I will replay that very interview, the broadcast I made with the Prime Minister for the first time. I promised him to gather all the media, all the as they called us that time, autopilot. I promised him live on air that I will organize, gather every media person under the autopilot together, that we may move the struggle forward. It was a promise that I made to him live on air. And he counted on me. And I did it. So, I used to call meeting then because we were very, very few. But since the inception of the government, many people came into the struggle. A lot of people, hundreds of people, if not thousands, came into the limelight. Ekeolu enwere ife a na-akpọ na enwere ife ndị Igbo na-ekwu si ekele olu eke. Ewe keolu. After the government was formed, we now have many functions and functionalities in the government whereby everybody is minding his or her own business in the government and his or her own office in the government. So there is no any need for me to begin to call the Prime Minister or whoever in the government for a meeting, because Ekegolo and the Enwego, many people in the government, everybody Amalugolo, everybody more office here. So me calling for a meeting would have been of no use. And that is the first part of that answer. Second part, what things that made that very question irrelevant and foolish is because when the Prime Minister was free with us, I don't have to call meeting, because in this kind of a thing that is happening has never happened before under the Prime Minister. So those or that whoever that was asking that question, you need to go and check your brain. What is happening now that made me call for the meeting has never ever happened before under the Prime Minister. So I had no reason of calling for a meeting. No reason whatsoever. Because what made me call for this meeting has never happened before, why Prime Minister is here with us. You understand? So now, having put that to bed, in case you don't understand it, you go and check how you reason. Another thing I have heard is that they say that I'm so arrogant. They say that I'm so arrogant. Yes, I am. I am very, very arrogant, extremely arrogant, and I do not have any apology to you or to anyone about it. If this my arrogancy is something that will bring or help to bring Biafra or put the enemies at bay, I will be very, very okay and comfortable with my arrogance. If my arrogance is what is needed to put the enemies at bay and check, then this my arrogance is exactly what is needed, especially at this very critical moment. So those of you that say, I am so arrogant, I have no problem of being arrogant. I have no problem of being arrogant, in as much as my arrogance also contributed immensely to the struggle that we are fighting today for freedom. Not now that you put it at my face to portray me as evil, that will make me to stop being arrogant. But when I was arrogant, challenging the DOS, fighting the DOS, exposing their criminality, you were enjoying that very arrogance. But now, because I, I also showed you what our law says, that this law should be followed, irrespective of their problem in-house. Let this law be followed. Then you now realize that I am arrogant. Shame on you. Shame on you. Our Prime Minister said, in case you don't remember, let me play it for you.
You have made history today. By the power conferred on me as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. And after you have voted for the open gate for Biafra freedom, which is 100% vote, this charter has become a law, and shall be called the Biafra Helsinki Declaration 2023.
Did you get it? The Prime Minister on stage on the 20th of October 2023 made it clear, by the power converged in me as the Prime Minister and your own vote. It's not only the power converging him, he said, and your own vote, which is 100%, that this charter has become a law. And they shut him up. They shut him up. So when I came to read the charter for us and the way things should be done, I did not talk about what is the problem between both of them or the two groups. I read it clear. In as much as we want to leave the zoo, as long as we want to leave the zoo, let us follow what, because we have a charter. Some people, I also have I saw someone saying that there is charter and there is constitution. There is charter and there is constitution. That the charter is not constitution. So what does the constitution say? What does the constitution of Biafra say? And is this constitution in practice? Is it functioning at this moment? In which land, on what ground is this constitution functioning at this very moment? As far as I'm concerned, the constitution that we are using, even here in Biafra land, which is, of course, at the moment, where they call southeast of Nigeria, under of Nigeria. If you want to tell yourself the truth, you tell yourself the truth. So I read currently not for that thing, and I said this is the charter of Biafra, and let it be what we should be following at the moment till further notice. Anything outside the charter, I am not there. And I am very, very sincere about it. It doesn't matter what people say about me. They said they have paid me money, no problem. They paid me money, that is what you said. If that's what you're saying, you claim that they have paid me money, and you have also alleged that they have paid others money. So if you say they have paid me money, and I know very well that nobody paid me money to say what I'm saying, that means all you have been saying about others are lies. As all you have been eyes. You say they paid me money. But only with your mouth, you say they paid me money that have collected billions or millions. So to me, even though I have any art from what you were saying about other people that they have paid them money, and then you come around to say that they have also paid me money, then you have been lying all these years. That means you have been lying all these years to Biafrans. Yes. And then I also see, I saw something else. They said they have sacked Biafra Unite from, from the BLGIE media. I think I can bring that one on the screen. I'm just doing preambles because this is not the reason why I have come this evening. After this, I will, of course, leave this matter and go straight to why I have come here this evening. So this is what something that is flying currently on the social media. I went to Dr. Ngozi Orabeze's X account. I did not find this. I didn't see it. So, but according to those who are sharing it, they said that this is sent on WhatsApp. Even though if you check the background here, you will see that this is WhatsApp background. So this very message was shared on WhatsApp group. So according to them, they said, "Greetings, great Biafrans. Sonia Parawa, Rafael Ajere, Vam, Vision 555, and Biafra Unite henceforth ceases to be part of or represent USB/BLGIE media." Wow. Like, seriously. So, first and foremost, nobody employed me. It's the same way Mazi Simonekpa was fraudulently sacked by the DOS on Radio Biafra when they did not even employ him. He was sacked by the DOS fraudulently when they did not even employ him. So, Bikono, like as I said from beginning, I am not going to be dragged into this very saga that is going on. My only problem and my concern is the dissolution of the government in exile to form another government in exile. I am not in support of it, and I can never be in support of it. That is the thing. I cannot join myself with their personal matters because I was not there when it happened. I cannot tell what is their problem, and I cannot delve into it. I tried my best to call for a meeting between both of them for us to iron it because I'm a man of peace. I am a man of peace. So I tried to call, at least to show that my humbleness, to show my sincerity. I called them. My own record is there. That is why I'm happy. I'm happy for myself and the role that I have played. I called them for a meeting. Initially, I asked for cabinet meeting, which I am not there. I just asked them to call a cabinet meeting and dissolve it. Just invite me to come and say something, to plead on behalf of whosoever that has that is feeling offended. I will plead on behalf of the person that has offended anybody. I will kneel down and plead. That very call was unanswered. Then I asked for individually to meet. I asked to meet individually between both of them. Nobody listened to me. So I will not delve into their personal matters. But in as much as there is a charter which was signed into law, which I have played you the video of our Prime Minister, and this charter has been rendered, invite me to come and say something, to plead on behalf of whosoever that has that is feeling offended. I will plead on behalf of the person that has offended anybody. I will kneel down and plead. That very call was unanswered. Then I asked for individually to meet. I asked to meet individually between both of them. Nobody listened to me. So I will not delve into their personal matters, but in as much as there is a charter which was signed into law, which I have played you the video of our Prime Minister, and this charter has been rendered useless by a singular act. That means Biafra Unite is not there. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what anybody says about me. It doesn't matter the propaganda. I am not there. That is the simple truth. I am not there. I am not there. Unless you come and tell me where the two parties are there to speak for themselves. Look at this is what has happened. Anything I hear from the social media, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't fight this struggle with emotions. No. I am not here with emotions. So if somebody is coming on social media threatening and calling names, calling people all manner of names, you are Sabo, you are this, you are that, I am not there, and I won't be there as far as I'm concerned. The only thing I know is that what the Prime Minister said is what we are going to keep until we are proven otherwise by the Prime Minister, and then we'll find a way to move forward. Now, having said this very broadcast will not be a long one. I want us to look into the current matter based on the title of this very broadcast. As you can see, I have titled it, "Zoo has failed again as DOS Nigeria try to rejuvenate their already." Let me even confirm from this very man, if he said Igbo people or Biafran people, that they should come back home, that the Eastern Security Network is there to protect them. I will show you the job that the Biafra Liberation Army has been doing for the past couple of days and what the Zoo Janjaweed terrorists has already done in the last couple of days. And I will ask my powerless and the criminals in the limited, where are they? Let's continue.
The people that its Eastern Security Network, ESN, would ensure safety and a peaceful atmosphere during the period. IPOP described Aligbo, that is the Igbo land, Aligbo, as a historically peaceful region.
You see how they have narrowed it. IPOP described Aligbo, Igbo land. IPOP described, that is a map of, narrowed their agitation. You know, they are still under agitation. They are still agitating. They do not know. No Agalugofa. Obo Agalugofa long ago. Somebody said Biafra Unite. Ogenkere called you to grant your request, but you did not pick your call. Fine. If Mazi Ogenkere called me to, I don't know who is writing. I don't know you are writing from which end. If Mazi Ogenkere called me to grant me my request, the only thing I requested from him is to give me go-ahead order to call for a 3-man meeting. So if he called me to grant me my request and the Ngozi Orabweze insulted me on top of it, that means the meeting wouldn't have the meeting is impossible for the meeting to hold, because one person has rejected vehemently from the word go. So no problem. Don't worry about that, my brother or sister. Don't worry about that. It has happened. It has happened. I don't hold any grudges against anyone. Let's continue.
Required Ndigbo to contribute to maintaining harmony. Journalist Hangout wishes Ndigbo and all Nigerians a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It
would be good news if it's really true.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the news is fake, but
in a minute,
in real terms.
If you have been fortunate to celebrate Christmas in Igboland, you will agree it's the best place to celebrate Christmas.
I do it.
Okay.
What you will see on display, you will be shocked that this is Nigeria. I'm talking before the lunatics, took over the space and started destroying everything.
You are the lunatics. You are the lunatic. Or all of you in the studio there are the lunatics. Because I hate it when an elderly person, that is the reason why I spoke out. I hate it when an elderly person stays in the house and watch a she-goat gives birth on a rope tied on her neck. It is an abomination. A typical abomination. An old man like this, I don't even know his name, calling people who are fighting for their freedom lunatics, because you are sitting somewhere in Lagos with air condition. Every month, your account continues to swell up, money being paid to you by the government that you serve, and then any other thing is useless. You don't care about what is going on out there. And I'm very, very certain from your own village, probably this man is an Afonja, maybe from your own village, maybe you are from the village, from the community where some people are currently seeking asylum in Benin Republic, although I don't know where he comes from. I'm just guessing. Maybe if you're an Igbo man, which I doubt so much, maybe where you come from is among the places that have been ravaged by the terrorism of the Zoo Janjaweed military, or even before that, maybe by the terrorism of the Fulani herdsmen terrorists. And you are there sitting comfortably in the studio with air condition, calling those who are fighting for their freedom lunatics. Shame on you. Shame on you. I got doing okay. Ifele me buogi. Ifele me buogi.
Before the criminals, Igbo land is the best place in Nigeria to celebrate Christmas. You will see sons and daughters of Igbo land coming from every part of the world. You will see masquerade. You will see
people use it to also get married.
One period of that Igbo people don't talk it.
Don't make me sing a song credited to the late Ian Shaw.
Okay.
Yeah, that's on Igbo man.
Hold on.
Okay.
Based on what he said,
okay.
He said, Ukara this way. In them, Christmas is not sweet anywhere else except in Calabar.
Where Calabar meaning Calabar as a generic word for okay. Like me saying Christmas is also
but
I just put spoon. I don't.
You are from there. It's okay.
Calabar is
But the truth is, when you celebrate, you will love to go back. And
I agree with you.
Even if
when you go back to your homestead at Christmas time, you let your hair down.
it's different.